What's up, class? This week we did our eighth week discussion, and it was on fighting words and how fighting words how they can be taken by certain people versus others. Um, as defined, fighting words are obscene things said by somebody to another person that can incite violence. Yes, I do think that it does take um, it does take certain things to make people act certain ways. I don't think a lot of times people will act in violence, but like one of my classmates did say that if they say something personal that they may not know something about you, but say something personal and it hits a trigger, then I think it should be called trigger words instead of fighting words, because a lot of people can say, like, man, them fighting words, bro. Like those are fighting words. Like, when not all the time that's true, but I do think, on the other hand, that uh, not everything can be taken as fighting words and then turned into violence and stuff like that. But yes, I do think that the person has to hear the words. Also, the words have to be said face to face, according to Justice Lewis F. Powell Jr. Because if you're just saying stuff behind somebody's back, or like you're in another room, somebody's just talking about you, those aren't really fighting words. I feel like if you hear it, that justifies you and how you react towards them. If it's just he say, she say, you can't really use that as a defense. If it does go to the court of law, you can say, well, somebody told me that they said this about, somebody told me that this person said this about me, because then that won't hold any weight in the courtroom. So I feel like fighting words, the definition is so okay. First, I never thought that fighting words would have a formal definition to start with. Because fighting words is just something that people say, like, not daily conversation, but stuff people just say. It's like, oh, those are fighting words. I never thought there would be a formal definition, but after reading this and reading other students' uh, discussion boards, I find that there has to be a formal definition for fighting words, because it can be used as a defense, can be used as a defense in the court of law. So you can't say the reason why you did this is uh, was because they were saying stuff about you, or they were saying stuff to you that made you react a certain way that may have caused you to act, act out in violent ways. Just like self defense can be, excuse me, how self defense can be used as a defense in the court of law. Like fighting words can be too. And uh, Lewis F. Powell said they must be directed at another citizen face to face in a hostile manner. So you can't come up to somebody and be like, oh man, you're this, you're this, you're that, and say it in a calm voice, because that's not gonna trigger anything from somebody to be upset about it, because you're like, okay, they just feel a certain way, whatever. If you come at them yelling at them, I mean, you're this, you're that, you're this, all that, I don't like this and everything, then somebody's temper will start to flare, and then they act out, and then violence comes upon you. And there are four things that need to be done for fighting words to be actually counted as your defense. So you can't say somebody used fighting words without these four things. Number one, content of speech. The substance of the speech must consist of personally abusive epithets and insults. Number two, target of speech. The speech must be directed at a specific individual located in such close geographic proximity to the speaker as to create a face to face confrontation. Number three, likelihood of reaction to speech. Retaliation by the target of the speech against the speaker must be likely. Four, imminence of reaction to speech. There must be a likelihood that the person addressed will make an immediate violent response. So if those four things happen in in the span of fighting words being said, so the content of speech, if it's said very if it's said very if very abusive things are said to a person and are very mean and hurt somebody's feelings, then that's the first phase of it. And the target, the actual person that you're saying it to, has to be in close enough proximity for them to hear you, see you, and for you to say it like face to face. I'm not saying you gotta be this close to somebody, but it has to be within uh, an appropriate range for it to count. And the third one is the likelihood of speech. So the retaliation of the target, the speech must a speaker must be like, so your retaliation has to be equivalent to what they say. So they can't say, or you can't do. Somebody can't say, "Ah man, nobody likes your shoes you're wearing, man. You're ugly," and then you pull out a gun, you shoot them. That's not equivalent to what they say. So your reaction has to be equal to what they said. And the imminence of reaction, there must be a likelihood that the person addressed will make an immediate violent response. So it has to be what you're saying has to be like for you to be a person that acts towards that person that's saying something to you. What they are saying has to be so mean and so out of hand that it involves an immediate reaction. So you can't. So what they can't say can't have a delayed reaction by you. It has to happen within a reasonable amount of time. So I really do like this. Is probably one of my favorite discussions that we've done fighting words. I really like the First Amendment stuff that we're doing, and I look forward to doing more.